going to do this. This is our Around the Planet newsletter. This is our third one, so it's still a thing in its infancy, but we're sitting down here with Cece Davey. She is our controller. She joined us not that long ago, and I'm excited about this because truly, Cece, I don't know a lot about you. And the goal of these videos are that we, Planet, can learn about one another, because I believe that it's hard to care about what someone does if I don't understand what they do or care about the person. So my goal with this, my takeaway is I want to learn, and I want us all to learn about who you are, what the heck a controller is, and what the accounting department is doing for this company. So let me know, let's talk about it. So I worked here for 8 years. I grew up around the auto business, but I started in 2012 on the sales side and then worked my way into this marketing role because it came available. Tell me a little bit about your journey to get to here.
Okay, I started out right out of high school as a receptionist in 1992, working for the Spedding Group. It was a total fluke. I was there, my uncle worked in media, so he would do live remotes for different dealerships, and I happened to be there when a receptionist called in. I was in Denver on vacation I grew up in Houston, Texas, and he asked me if I could answer phones, and then they started getting a lot of Hispanic customers calling in, and I took those calls as well. And he's like, "Oh wow, you speak Spanish. Are you coming back on Monday?" And I was like, "Are you offering me a job?" That's where I started. It's where it all started. I started answering phones. They were really happy with that. The office manager at the time asked me if I could do inventory, all written down on a clipboard. I went out, touched every car, and it seemed like every week she was asking me if I could do something else, and she liked what I was doing. And before I knew it, I had moved to the big Toyota warehouse on 104th, and I was billing their car deals there.
That's so cool, because as you know, you've been in the car business for a while. It seems like a lot of people show up in this space kind of without intention. You know, they kind of show up like, all right, I'll just try this, and then they sell for a few years and think, oh wow, I'm good at this, or I like this, or in the service and the sales, even in the weird side like I'm in, like it seems like people just fall into it. So it's pretty cool how you fell into it, but how it really caught you.
It was a godsend because it turned out I enjoyed it and I had a talent for it, unbeknownst to me.
Sure.
And so everyone was just impressed with how quickly I learned and how I took pride in what I did and the output of my job. And so that's always encouraging. I was raised as work hard and you will move up.
Sure.
Do your best and you're going to succeed at whatever you do. And so I put my best foot forward in everything that I did, and it always showed, and I never had a negative, I don't want to do something attitude. Whatever I was asked to do, I would do it because I was going to do it to the best of my ability. That was my life.
That's awesome.
Theory in work.
So tell us, before I hop into what a controller does and how the accounting space works, tell us a bit about Cece out of Planet. So I'll do it myself so you can feel more comfortable.
Okay.
You know, I'm 32. I'm married. My wife, Susan, is a physical therapist, and she works downtown and does PT. And we've got some cats. We don't have any kids yet. We're on the fence, you know. But in my free time, I like to bake. I like to run, and right now I'm learning some mixed martial arts. So that's kind of what I do outside of work. So I don't know what you're going to say. So what is Cece like out of work?
Okay, well, I'm in my late 40s now. I won't be specific, but
it's all good.
Anyway, I have 4 kids. I have 2 boys, 12 and 15, 2 girls, 19 and 27. I've been very busy with the kids. Both girls are out of college now. My son, my 15-year-old, he is in cross country, which is weird because that's what I did in high school. I was the cross country team captain, and then he just loves it too. He's very intelligent. He's on the same pathway to graduate college early as my 19-year-old did.
Awesome.
And then my 12-year-old is very involved at Colorado Conservatory of Dance. He dances there. He's a professional dancer. He loves it. He dances as much as 6 times a week.
Wow.
So sometimes I consider myself a moober, which is a mother Uber. All I do is drive the kids around. That's getting better.
Okay.
My 19-year-old drives now. My 15-year-old just got his permit. And then we volunteer on Sundays at our church as well. I do the kids ministry. I just check the kids in and check on the classrooms and see if they need anything, and keep that kind of going.
Awesome. So, accounting is a big department in the car business. There's a lot of jobs in there, and it seems like they're just like accounting. It's the office, and I have experienced that the things come to my mind. There's inventory, there's titling, there's all the parts of a car deal. That's like a small part of it. So, as a controller, you're kind of in all of it. You know, you manage the team. I know that there are a lot of folks, there's a lot of tasks, there's a lot of opportunities. Give us just a glimpse into what it is that you guys do, because I believe that we, as just people, probably don't really have an understanding of the complexity of what you do. So just give us like the elevator pitch of here's what accounting does. And you can kind of vent a little bit, because you can be like, we do a lot of stuff. Like, you're allowed to educate us.
We do a lot of stuff. So my job as a controller is to it's a puzzle, and you have to put the positions that go together, because there's a lot to do. And when there's a disconnect from a leadership standpoint, if I don't understand what everyone does, then it makes it harder to put those puzzle pieces together, because if you want to envision an office where the puzzle pieces aren't perfectly put together, then you have a lot of chaos. So the beauty of me coming from such vast experience, almost 29 years now, is that I have worked every desk. So I pretty much know the nuts and bolts of, so the major components are your titles. That's the end game, is to get a customer to where their car has been paid, their loan is paid off, their trade is paid off, and now they get a title, or a title in their name through their finance company. The car deal comes in and it gets recorded on our books. We record all of the payments were made either by the bank or by the customer. And then you also have the inventory. So that's where the car actually hits our lot, and we recognize it as an inventory item in our inventory. So there's a lot of components to that go into that. Stocking in the car, making sure the color is right, the VIN number is right. All of these jobs require a high attention to detail, and I know that's what the outside doesn't understand, is that an inventory clerk's mind is constantly going, there's 20 fields in a car, did I complete them all? So part of the frustration, I think, between departments is that they might think, oh, the inventory clerk just stocked in a car, it's a 5-minute process. It really is a lot more detailed than just stocking in the car. Did I get the miles in there right? Could any of those components could throw something off? Say he puts in the wrong color. Now you have a car on the website where a customer is like, well, the picture is white, but the description says black. So everything that we do is very critical and time consuming.
Sure.
So there's no part of the office that I can say it's quick. And I think as my trajectory has been, I think a lot of people outside of the office, when this is a joke, they think we have this red button that we press and it's done. And it's not as automated as we want to be. It's a lot of it is still human hands touching things, and the right people are always those people that are willing to take pride in their job and that want to be efficient at their job. So I think for the most part, in the office, coming from an outside source or people, is they are not understanding how complex all of those processes are and how they affect our job. Say finance, for example, if they don't receipt their money in their car deal, now the person that does the deposit has to stop everything that she's doing and saying, oh, I have this check on my desk. Why is this check on my desk? Then they have to stop, spend 20 minutes that finance could have spent 30 seconds on making sure their check is receipted to the right customer. So those are the communication, is making sure every department, not just ours, is turning completed work to the office. And for me, notes are critical. We have another joke, and I'm sure it's not just in our department, that our crystal ball is broken. Because a lot of times you are very good at your job, and that's a good thing, but what you're thinking is not translated to what you're turning in. So for me, more information is better. So it's not, more is not less, more is more. We like to get as much information as possible.
So thoroughness, communication and thoroughness, it's interesting. That's been a theme for all of the people we've talked to, which doesn't really surprise me. Any business, big, small, we're all people, and the better we communicate, the better we cooperate. Last thing I'll ask you, I know that you are working on so many things. I know the office is staffed right now, and you guys are creating good processes. What is something that you're proud of?
I am proud and confident that we have backbones in the office. That's what you need. You need people with real solid experience that you can rely on. They're the backbones. I call them the backbone of the accounting office, and we have people that are experienced and knowledgeable and know what they're doing and have a positive attitude that we're heading in the right direction. All of those things are going to be key moving forward and just getting a lot of efficiency out of the office, and again, moving everything smoothly through every aspect, through people getting paid, deals getting funded, titles getting out.
That's
it's
awesome.
So crucial, but I think we have a fantastic team.
Cece, I'll tell you this, I appreciate you doing this. I know it was a busy day. I have been working here for 8.5 years. I have sat down with a few people, and I can say this with absolute confidence that you are a backbone for this organization, and I'm really excited about you being a part of the team. And I can say from the outside looking in, the office is definitely, the morale is good. The team are very helpful to me when I have to ask them. So the office is a thing that we have, as a company, me included, a lot of times probably take for granted. But hopefully you get to learn a little bit about Cece and know that these are really great people. They do a lot of stuff. So let's be as accountable as we can. Let's communicate as well as we can. And if you have an opportunity to pop in and thank them for what they do, I think it would go a lot further than you expect. So thanks, Cece. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.